While some say it's fine in moderation, others say it is too easy to eat too much.
And that could lead to serious health ramifications. The other day I had the chance to talk with Dr. Scot Ackerman about Americans and our sugar overload. The doctor's in, and today we are discussing sugar overload. Too much can send you down a pathway to heart failure and many other health issues. Dr. Scot Ackerman is one of the First Coast's leading doctors. He is joining us today with some suggestions on how to cut back, especially if you overdid it during the holidays. Dr. Ackerman, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Casey.
And you really don't realize, and we're going to get into it in a second, just how much sugar people are eating on a daily basis. So give us an idea of how many teaspoons of sugar does the average American eat and drink every single day?
Well, here's a quiz for you, Casey.
Okay, shoot.
How much sugar does the average American drink every day? Is it 9 teaspoons, 13 teaspoons, 17 teaspoons, or 22 teaspoons?
I am going to go, I think, with, just because my eating habits, probably the 22.
You're absolutely right.
That is how much people are consuming every single day?
This is 22 teaspoons of sugar, and an average American consumes this whole thing of sugar on a daily basis.
Wow.
This equals, if you add this up every day over 365 days a year, 142 pounds of sugar consumed by each American every year. You buy it in those 5-pound bags, you know, so that's, what's that, 20, 30, 29, about 29 5-pound bags of sugar every year we each consume.
It's staggering. And even if you just look at it compared to these other vials here, I mean, it's just really unbelievable. What are the recommended sugar guidelines? I mean, how much should we be consuming?
Well, the American Heart Association recommends that we have no more than 6 teaspoons of sugar for women and 9 teaspoons of sugar for men. So here's a teaspoon over here, and I think this one was 9 teaspoons. So this is what an average man should have per day, and a woman a little bit less, or 6 teaspoons of sugar per day. And so 1 teaspoon of sugar is about 4 grams. So if you're having 9 teaspoons of sugar for a man, that would be 36 grams, because a lot of times you read the grams on the packaging. Or for a woman, that would be 24 grams for her to have 6 teaspoons. Times 4 is 24 grams. So 24 grams of sugar for a woman and 36 grams of sugar for a man in a given day is what's recommended.
Okay, so let me steal this from you, because my next question is about soda. I mean, how many times do you see people drinking sodas out and about? Not the diet ones, the ones with the sugar. How much sugar is in one of those things, those regular sodas?
29 grams of sugar in this, which, as I said before...
I was going to say, I'm going to put this one down next to it.
Right, exactly. 29 grams of sugar is in this can of, in that can of soda right there, more than what's recommended to have on a daily basis. So it has 9 3/4 teaspoons of sugar more than what's recommended. I'm sorry, the can is more than what's recommended in a given day, just in one drink. And you know plenty of people that have 2, 3, 4 cans of sugar.
Exactly. I mean, just imagine then how much you're consuming over the course of a day if you're having 4 of those.
And it doesn't matter what brand, you know, this, but colas and
Pepsi
root beers
and, all that stuff.
and ginger ale, all those things have just as much sugar in them.
Oh, okay, got it. All right, and then what about other products too that have sugar content in it? Because you wouldn't think of spaghetti sauce having sugar in it.
You'd be surprised. Things like spaghetti sauce. Look at this here, is 14 grams of sugar, about over half of what you would have in a day, and that's per serving, not for this whole jar, just for a serving, which is half a cup, which you would normally put on your spaghetti.
Hold this one down so the people at home can see it. This is the yogurt, right?
Yep. Yogurt has a lot on it. I can't see the amount on there. This is the barbecue sauce, has 16 grams of sugar on it.
Okay.
And the cereal has
what is it? I think something
20
like
grams.
20
grams per, turn it back now, 20 grams per portion. All of these have about as much in one portion as you or I should be having in a single day.
Okay, so why do we break all of this down? Why do we get into the nitty-gritty of how much sugar is in each one of these products in a soda and how much we should be consuming? Because there's a problem as it affects our health.
Right, because there's been we as Americans have been consuming more and more sugar each and every year, and there's lots of studies that have come out that have showed how sugar can be detrimental to your health. We know that eating a lot of sugary drinks, recent data showed that if you have 1 to 2 cans of soda a day, it increases your risk of diabetes by 25%. And also, just last week, a study came out that showed that sugary drinks are linked directly to an increased risk for endometrial cancer in women. We know that the incidence of diabetes is going up in America. We know obesity is going up in America. That's because of the increased consumption of sugar. Sugar also affects your mental health. It's linked to overeating, poor memory function, learning disorders, and depression. The bottom line is that you really should be aware of how much sugar you're eating. Read your labels. Choose healthy foods for you and your family. I try not to have any added sugar. Just try to have things with very, very little.
And there are some physicians that call sugar a poison. I mean, there's so many people that are consuming it in such high quantities that it can be extremely detrimental to their health.
Yes, it is a poison. If you look at what the effects are of the excessive sugar consumption in America, obesity rate amongst our children, obesity rate amongst adults is at an all-time high because of the excessive sugar consumption and high fructose corn syrup and those sort of things.
All right, Dr. Ackerman, thanks so much for coming on, sir. We appreciate you each and every week and for sponsoring this segment and for all the good advice as always. For questions regarding today's topic or any other health question that you might have, you can connect with Dr. Ackerman on Facebook by visiting facebook.com/First Coast Oncology.